Cliff here
Oh,
on
my bad.
Wisdom Wednesday with with my boy V Lane in this thing.
What up? What up? What up, everybody? How y'all doing today?
So we got a lot to talk about today. First off, if I sound tired, I am tired. I just joined a new gym. I started working out in the mornings again, just so I could have some free time in the evening with the family. And it is an adjustment, bro. I'm tired as hell. I ain't gonna lie. But how your week been, man? Everything been good?
Man, no. I mean, personally, it's been okay, but I work in the news, so you know, um, um, last week my Friday is a Tuesday sometimes. So last Tuesday, my Friday, get ready to get off, and then announcement comes across the wire: possible shooting in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And like again, we get these details like up to the moment. So when it first happened, it's like everything else. Like, oh shit, here's another story, and then it's like, wait, two different shootings, 8 people were. Did we just run a story where 8 people are dead right now because of a shooting again? Like, that's how it comes across in the room when it's like, you know, the news stories. And again, I get numb to this stuff, but it we say we're numb to it. We're not. We just have
Right.
to move on and get the job done. But it's definitely, it's hard to sometimes like, and again, most people know me. I try to keep myself happy and cool, but like, I have to
Right.
absorb that shit all the time, man. So, but to get back to your initial question, my week went well for me. It was cool. It was a
Right.
cool
Right.
week
Right.
at work. Just, just being a witness again, because I watch the news every day, just being a witness sometimes to, as they say, the first drafts of history,
Mm-hmm.
can definitely be taxing. you know.
So I heard about it too. Now I haven't been watching. Number one, I don't watch the news a lot. You already know that.
I know. I be called Clip. Did you hear about so Clip be like, wait, what? What happened? Like, oh wait,
Hey, and
let me back up.
a lot of people think I'm crazy for not doing it, bro. But I mean,
Bruh.
for me,
I
I have to
appreciate I
protect my
appreciate
mental
you for
health.
that though, bruh.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I mean,
you ain't missing shit. You don't miss nothing.
yeah, it's all
If it's
bad.
big enough, you like I know
Look,
I've
look,
heard
look.
you say it. If there's some news that's big enough,
Right,
you will find out. It will find its way to you.
right,
You don't
right,
have to go out and seek it. You don't have to be like me, who is just the news glut, and I got like literally every network in my feed, every cable network, every
mm,
and part of it is just because of work. You got to know what the other people are doing, but at the same time, there's also a level of overkill where I probably need to like take out a few news sources out of my social media feed and whatnot. But I seek it out, partly
right.
by necessity, and then also just because I'm obsessed with it now. But that's why I like when sometimes I can just like be like, Cliff, you heard about? And you be like, what? No.
Hey, I be feeling so out of the loop, bro. But then at the same time, it's like when I do start watching it, um, I'll watch it for like 10, 15 minutes and then I have to cut it off, because I can already feel it like kind of getting in my spirit. But so what I'm tripping about is, so we're going to talk about the mass killings, 8 Asians got killed in Atlanta. Then in Colorado, there was a mass shooting of 10 people. So in 1 week, bro, in less than a week, 18 people have been murdered
Right,
in the
right. Well, no,
United
and I
States.
keep, and here's the thing too. I say I'm in the loop, but then there's other people that are saying these weren't the only shootings in between Atlanta and Colorado. That there were other shootings too that just didn't get to national level.
Hmm.
I hadn't
Hmm.
independently, checked that, but I believe it. We back out. The COVID's over, and again,
Right,
once everybody back out in these streets, what happened? The guns start coming out.
right,
You
right,
know,
right.
so
I mean, so, of course, in blended lines, man, I posed the question like, what is it going to take? All right. Because there's a narrative here where there's a mass shooting. And then one side comes out and says, all right, we need better gun control. The other side comes out and says, where's
you
our
taking
freedom?
my gun.
It's our right to have a gun. And look, and then after that, gun sales skyrocket because there's a fear put out there that, oh, they're gonna come and take all the guns away. They're gonna take away your AR-15s, and so gun sales shoot up, and then it happens all over
I was
again.
just gonna say, and then guess what happened? Another shooting happens. And
Hey,
again,
look at this is interesting what Clarence said down here too. I didn't know about that. Thanks for sharing that, Clarence. Wow,
no,
that's something we
now
got to look into.
now we could definitely and Mike Cliff, I don't know if Mike sent you the link, but he posted a link this morning to this young lady who talks about she's a young Asian lady, and she
Hmm.
talks about discrimination in the Asian community, discrimination of the Asian community, and she comes from the perspective of being an Asian person who was adopted by an all-white family,
Okay.
and she was raised quote unquote white. And so her experience coming at this is trying to find her identity in this white family, knowing that she is Asian. And
Hmm.
then when she's trying to find some of her cultural things, K-pop, whatever it is, her white family telling her, no, you don't need to look at that because that's based on black culture. And then that's when she realized, wait a minute, so Asians are supposed to be, again, put on them by the majority.
Hmm.
They're the model minority, and they're supposed to reject the black people.
Interesting.
Like it's a whole thing. It's a whole rabbit hole because the one video he sent me was 20 minutes, but then I looked at it. She got a whole lot of videos just in that lane of Asian American, African American discrimination. But that's kind of a different topic. But I feel you what you're saying though, Clarence. That's definitely in the Kool-Aid. And again, this young lady addressed that as well. It's definitely a discussion to be had that we can push somewhere else, but that's not quite where we at today.
Yeah. We definitely go add that to the list, man. Because we go be doing this every week.
And that's why I like kind of doing this because it's like there's nuance to everything.
Right.
So it's like you gotta that's why we ain't touch that N word yet, because we gotta make sure when we start talking, we stay within our guidelines of which part of the issue we're talking about.
Right.
So,
Because hey, all these issues have so many layers to it, dude.
and they do intersect. They do intersect in
Right.
places, but we definitely but yeah, that's definitely something I want to discuss. I mean, I hadn't had a chance to talk to you about that either because I definitely would like to kind of in the next week or so do something with those videos because I just saw it this morning and I was
Hmm.
just like, wow, she broke it down. And again, it's coming from someone that's in the community. She's an
Right.
Asian American who was adopted by a white family who was raised super white, basically. And she talks about how she was basically how I don't want to say how racism was put on her, but basically
Hmm.
how she absorbed the culture of whiteness and
Hmm.
while trying to look for her identity as an Asian American, and
Hmm.
then realizing all the different isms that go on top of that. So that's definitely something we want to dive into. But I'll get back to this first shooting real quick because for those of you who were watching that day or the next day or whenever that dumbass sheriff spokesperson came out of his
Yeah.
mouth
Yeah. That was a hot
to
discussion in the group
say,
too.
"Oh man, he was just having a bad day. He was having a bad day. He had a sexual temptation, and he was just trying to get rid of that temptation."
I know, dude. I know.
And again, like we can make this guy be the avatar for every tone deaf. Well, not even tone deaf, because again, they went back in this dude's history, and he got shirts calling it the China virus, you know,
Hmm.
and whatnot. So this wasn't even just I wouldn't even say an honest mistake or just a misuse of words.
Hmm.
There was something ingrained in him to try to figure out how to defend this person other than just saying, y'all, this dude was just like, he wanted to go shoot a bunch of Asian ladies today. He wanted to go shoot up some massage parlors for whatever reason. Uh,
Right.
because I'm about to get riled up because again, oh, well, he just had a bad day or he had a temptation. It's like, so he was in the older Asian ladies? He 21. He's in the older
Right.
Asian ladies? So he had to
Right.
go like, that's what I say. I don't like to get into it. It's just like,
Well, I mean, so this is the first question I pose is if that was a black person, what would have happened? And look, I get it. Like other races may think like, oh, here we go, with me saying that, but it's the reality. I think most people will agree that if um that person was black, he would not have made it to the prison, to the jail. He would have been killed. I mean, that's my opinion on it. And that's a recurring pattern because Dylan that went and killed the 8 black people, they took him to Burger King. He got a Whopper. I'm still tripping off that.
And now, and like not to jump over to yesterday's shooting. Was it yesterday or the day before? Whatever. The
I think it was
Colorado.
the day before. Way too many. That's for sure.
Now to jump to that a little bit too. The suspect in this case, while he looks white on paper, and when we're watching this unfold live at work. The live shots of them when they took him out. We're trying to figure out what's going on too, and they walked him out though. What they walked out was a white man that was bleeding and hurt. Now later it came out that his name is something Ali Al Muslim or something, and he's originally from Syria or whatnot. But if I don't know that, then and what we saw like on film, it looked like a white dude again getting carried away from the scene very carefully and gingerly after he's shot 8 people in a grocery store, including the cop.
So I haven't seen the video or the suspect yet. So does he look white or does he look Middle Eastern?
No, he looks like a white dude. I might let me see if I can find him. He looks like a white dude. And when we were watching like the live feed of the scene, we were watching somebody being carried away by the cops in his underwear with his leg bleeding, and it looked like a white dude. It didn't look like they're carrying it's the brown. There's brown skin there. No, it looked like 2 cops, carrying a white dude out. Now, once they released his name and they let people know, I knew it was something already before they said the name. They said something that he spent most of his life in America. And I was like, oh, well, why would they say that? And then they put the name out, and it was a non-Anglo-Saxon name. I'll just put it that way. And then I was like, oh man, so how can we play this? But at the same time, when you put his mugshot up, it looked like a white dude.
It looks like a white guy with a beard, according to it says Facebook user. I don't know.
Yeah.
Comment.
So to get back to kind of where we were going with the other sheriff, where it's always again this thing when the suspect is not of color, every benefit of the doubt is thrown out. Every benefit of the doubt. It's a bad day. Mental health. Sex abuse, sex addiction, whatever it is. But when the suspect is black and dead, he was an animal. He deserved to be dead anyway.
He was a thug.
He had a criminal record from 2 years ago. So
right.
Been,
yeah, that's the first thing they do is go to that history. Okay, what's the criminal background?
Right.
And well, they don't do that with the white individuals. That's a good point. I've never seen a case where they go back and say, well, he has a history of,
it's a history of mental illness.
I haven't seen that. I'm not saying that it hasn't been done, but I haven't seen it.
It's a history of mental illness, and it's this and the other. And
well, I'm glad you brought that up because one concern I have when they say it's mental illness, mental illness already has a stigma associated with it. So what I get concerned about in situations like that is, how would they start treating people who have mental illness issues? I mean, hell, I'm an advocate for mental illness. I've had mental illness issues. So where is that going to go in the future? Are they going to start punishing people? I mean, I feel like they already are, man, because on some job applications, they'll ask you,
have you been like basically institutionalized is the question?
Well, they'll say something like,
have you had treatment for
mental,
psychological,
right.
Have you ever had any treatment for psychological issues or
right?
And
the thing is, man, there's a really good documentary on Netflix about personality profiles. And they were just talking about like on these jobs, a lot of jobs give personality profiles on the application. And going just based off that personality profile, these people don't get the job. So it's already kind of being done already, just real low key.
And I until you really said it, until you framed it like that, I didn't really take it that way. But then it's like, just like what was the Tom Cruise movie, Minority Report?
Yeah, yeah,
Where
right.
it's like if you
That's
got
one
the
of my
pre-crime,
favorite movies.
you got the pre-crime of being crazy. It's like we think that you're gonna like have a mental break and stab your mom with scissors, so we're gonna take you out of the house.
That's so crazy you bring that up because I was talking to Gretchen last night and I told her because I asked her, I said, well, what is the solution? And I was like, for me, it'd have to be something like pre-crime, a Minority Report, to where they'll know beforehand to stop it.
But
But no, go ahead, go ahead.
well, nah, because then I was gonna say that um because then that's when we get into where do we tailor the law when they talk about it. Well, at least we can increase background checks.
Mm,
But then that's kind of the same thing where it's like, well, all right, we searching this guy's background, he's been in the mental hospital, he's got this and that. Um you know are we gonna let them have a gun, just or let's say not even a criminal thing, but just okay, this person spent a week in a treatment facility for whatever, whether it was addiction, mental health, or whatever it was. Like, do we deny you a gun for that? I guess that's where they talk about the slippery slope. But
mm,
it's still like, because I'm thinking now, I'm trying to walk through, again, just these two recent high profile cases. Was the guy in Atlanta, had he had like any documented mental health issues before? um the same thing with this guy in Colorado. I think I remember seeing something that said that his family was kind of saying the same thing about him, is that he was, he had some issues. I forgot what exactly it was, but he was introverted, he was antisocial. They knew that he was an antisocial person.
mm-hmm.
um
I
so it's
mean, so do you feel like there is a resolution to this? I mean,
I mean,
if you take the guns away, will that solve the problem? Because here's
I mean,
my opinion. If we take the guns away, then there's going to be an increase in the black market. I mean, I know people right now in the
oh,
hood, man, that have plenty of guns and they did not go the legal route of getting
right. That's what I was about to say anyway. And like
them.
that's the thing too, where it's like, which I understand the argument from the other side. Even your friend that's got the cache of illegal guns,
Right.
he probably is not. More than likely, he ain't gonna shoot nobody with no guns. He probably wouldn't goddamn throw rice at a Chinese wedding. A lot of these guys, I'm
Right.
sorry, that was very stereotypical joke.
I was about to call.
It was. It was. I'm
I
sorry.
was about to say, like, whoa,
Um,
man.
Sorry. He won't bust a grape for a fruit salad. I'll put it that
There
way.
you go.
but um, but um, but just saying, like your buddy with the gun. I knew a guy when I lived in Charlotte. I knew a guy that had like 300 fucking guns, but
Right.
I never was afraid to go there because I didn't. Now he might have accidentally shot somebody or shot me, but I have no feeling that this guy is stockpiling guns because he's part of a militia that's a part of a real well-regulated militia that will step in case the government becomes tyrannical. I didn't feel
Mhm.
like he was there. He was just a dude that liked guns, and that's for the most part what you got. And then so again, just to feel tough. Oh, I got a lot of guns. I ain't gonna never shoot nobody, but I got a lot
Right.
of guns.
Right.
Most of the
Right.
guys that do these types of acts, they're not that guy either.
Right. Right.
So
That's true.
so because again, this both of these guys in both of these cases, from what I understand, within a day of the event, went and bought the gun. So
And got it that quick.
and now that's another issue. I seen the meme where it was like, well, you can get a gun in a day in Georgia, but you can register and buy a gun on the same day in Georgia, but you can't register and vote on the same day in Georgia. Let me say
Wow.
that again.
That
You
is
can
crazy.
register to buy a gun on the same day you buy it in Georgia, but you can't register to vote today and vote today. So anyway, but to get back to the point of going, well, both of these guys, they weren't gun nuts, quote unquote. Like you say, the people that we know that they just love having guns around. And again, this dude that I knew that had him, like he didn't even shoot him. I don't think he just liked to have them. Oh, I bought a new pistol, dude. Why do you need 3 22s? You know, like the
Yeah, I mean,
exact.
I talked to a guy that had like $1 million collection, and I was like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta have so many guns? And he told me it's like it's a collector thing. Like some of the guns are valuable, and dude, I mean, look, I found out that there's this thing called a gun trust. Have you ever heard of that?
Uh, now you said it, and it rung a bell. It rung a bell in my head.
Yeah.
But holler at me. What
So,
is
I mean, basically, it's something that is created within a family, and you can get like high artillery type weapons. I mean, like bigger than the AR-15. You know, I'm not in the gun, so I don't know all the special guns. But anyway, and the people who are watching, if you know about this, feel free to chime in.
the gun
But
trust?
it's like protected, and these guns like legally, and these guns can't be taken away, and it just stays within the family. So if I can recall, that's what it was. But dude, I mean, it's like it's such a big deal in America to have guns, right? And I mean, I get it, but then I also feel like if you constantly have to have a gun, then you're living in some type of fear. You know, that's my opinion, unless you're a collector. But why not take all the guns away? I know other countries are doing it, and it seems like they're doing it pretty well. They're getting good results. But then in the United States, man, it's like
You gotta
people
come
ain't
get it
killed.
out of my cold dead hand. Who said that? Who was the one that said you gotta get it out of my cold dead hand? And
Hey, well, if you shoot people, you obviously have mental issues. What do you think about that?
mm, mm,
I know that's a tricky one.
to marinate on that. I'm gonna marinate on that. I'm gonna marinate on that because
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, we gotta talk
that's
about what we have mental issues. There's a lot of things that if you do
well,
it,
it,
you got
it's
mental
layers.
issues.
It's layers to that though.
Yeah,
So like, does that mean like if somebody come in my house and I shoot them, do I fall in that category? It says Facebook user, so I don't know
yeah.
who left
But no,
that.
and I say that too because it's like it's a lot of things that people do that aren't necessarily illegal or kill people, but they do it. That means they got mental issues. You know,
Right, right.
you know.
Well, here
Because
I'll sum
again,
it up for everybody. Everybody, I think, has mental
that's what I was about to say. That's
health
what I was about to say.
issues.
That's what I was about to say. Like that's a long saying. Everybody that everybody that do anything got some mental issues. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
Gretchen, I would probably go with yes because I heard it from a white man, and I didn't had no idea what the hell that was. So
what a gun trust?
yeah, yeah. Gretchen was asking, is it mostly
That's
white
it.
men?
Charleston Heston was the one. They got the prying out of my cold dead hand.
Right, right.
Um,
Well, all right. What's the difference between carrying a gun and paying for insurance? Both can be dangerous if misused.
you know what? Somebody, not the exact framing of this question, but okay, it's just the guns don't kill people, people kill people. We got you, user. Understood. Um,
Hey
I
guys, and look for hey when you all I don't know how it works, but like when you click on the link, it should prompt you to allow StreamYard access. Click yes, so that way we'll see your name. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user, and I want to see you guys' names if possible. Sorry about that, man. Go ahead.
all good, all good. Um, his I think and I was watching somebody's testimony. It was either a Ted Cruz or a the guy from Louisiana, both of them. Either way, trying to make the analogy that, you know, drunk drivers kill people every year. We don't try to, you know, take away people's cars to stop them from killing people when they're drunk and driving. Great. Let's regulate guns the way we regulate cars and driving then.
Mm-hmm.
Your car is the most regulated thing that you own. You got to get a tag. You got to have, in New York, you got to have an inspection. Your exhaustion and shit got to work. You got to have insurance in case you kill somebody or hurt somebody.
Right, right,
You got to be
right,
licensed to use the car.
right,
And you have to take a test to get the license. You have to take a test to get the permit and then get the license. And then every 4 years, you got to get a re-licensed. So then if you want to take the drunk driver analogy, and then, yeah, let's treat guns like cars and then see what happens, you know.
right, right.
Um,
That's dude. That is a very good point. Very good point. I didn't even think about that. Um, so let's talk about what is the solution, man. So I'll give my take on it. I feel like, all right. So I have guns. I have a couple of guns, a few guns. I'll say that. I am not a gun collector. One of them was my dad's, and then two of them I purchased, and it was for protection. Um, and for the longest, I didn't even carry it in my car. I usually leave it in the glove compartment, but for the longest, I just went without having it in there. So I don't walk around in fear a lot. And if they were to take guns away right now, it wouldn't bother me. But this is what I think what would happen if we take the guns away. I feel like the black market is just going to skyrocket. It goes back to like prohibition with the alcohol. When they made alcohol illegal, you already know
but
that, on
Cliff,
the back end, sales went crazy.
here's the thing though, Cliff. And again, I ain't saying this like as an authority or full authority, but most guns that are out there are from the black market, dude. You know what I'm saying? All these gun show guns and whatnot, these straw purchases and whatnot. Like the black market's already there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. If we take the guns away, then yeah, it'll be like prohibition and it all goes underground.
Right.
You won't have, Smith and Wesson, a big company of Smith and Wesson making guns anymore. But again, I think the estimate is that there are 400 million guns in America already. There are 400 million firearms in circulation again. And that's just the regulated. That's what we can count on paper.
Right. Exactly. The ones we know of. Exactly.
And like, as you said, the sales are going up, continuously. And it's so again, it's like, I think I know who this user is. You keep talking about people getting their ass kicked. I think he's the one who was talking about somebody need the belt yesterday. These kids need the belt yesterday.
Well, yeah, I saw. I think it may be Chris Carpenter, I believe. But yeah, going back to the question, I think the underground sales of guns is just going to skyrocket. I mean, I know guys right now, man, that have AR-15, SKs, AKs. I mean, this is in the hood. Totally bought off the streets. No license. And when I tell you, it is so easy to get a gun off the street. It's not funny.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think it's ever going to go away, bro. And I mean, I guess I don't know what the answer is, man. I really don't. I mean, seriously, I think pre-crime right now is the only thing I think that will work, and that's scary as hell.
I mean, I'm a little more pragmatic about it. Is that we just gonna have to deal with it because the guns are still out there. The next lone wolf, solely motivated shooters. He's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we can say, oh, we'll take the guns away, we'll do this. It's like, nah, we need to just become better people overall,
Yeah,
um,
I agree with that.
what failed in Chicago and Illinois? I'm sorry, I don't like people using the Chicago reference either, because it's like Chicago invented itself and b- manufactured guns and poverty.
Yeah, that's Chris. Yeah, that's Chris
You know,
Michael.
you know,
All right, we no longer value human life. I think that's a major issue. Why is that? Why do we not value human life? And I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't. My personal opinion, I don't like when people try to blame the video games and all of that, because I mean we're in an era now where, like, hell, a lot of video games are violent. And now, does it desynthesize um
I
killing
think
people in a way? I think it does. I think it makes us a little bit more used to it, but I don't think it gives people the gas to just go out here and be like, oh, I just played Call of Duty, let me go out here and just spray some folks in Walmart. I
right now
never
that's the
felt like
thing.
that, and I used to be a huge gamer.
Well, and again, that's the thing where we can say, down to the individual. Now, this is where I will agree, where you know, um, where yeah, there is a case of what the family does for the kids, but like I know yesterday there was an argument of, well, they need a daddy in the home, or they need, whatever. It's like, no, sometimes your daddy can be trash too. Um,
Right,
your family can be trash too. So I mean, that's not an end all to be all of, oh well, because again, the Menendez brothers, they had a very stable home and they still killed their mom and daddy. So I mean,
right,
um,
right. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, man, I mean, it seems like it's going back to what we said. It's just a lot of layers, bro. It's mental health, it's how you were raised, um, your environment. How do you feel about people in general? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just so many layers to it, man. Just like with racism. So,
and again, it's something like we're not gonna know, I guess, with this kid, because like they said,
that's
um,
weird.
when the cop said, oh well, he was having a bad day, um, and then then to go to he had a sexual temptation that he was trying to exterminate externally,
Mhm.
where it's like, which again, like I'm trying to like put myself in the shoes of whoever is interrogating this kid when they're trying to talk to him on the way to the jail, or however they got this information, because they said that he said this to them. Oh man, I was just having a
Mhm.
bad day and I got an Asian fetish and I just had to go take care of it.
Um, you took care of
You
it by
know,
killing them. I mean, I don't get that. I don't
so
get that, man.
I mean, they're definitely, like I said, I'm sure we may or may not find out more about these particular individuals, backgrounds and how they moved in the world, or what influenced them outside of the parental structure, or whatever school environment. Again, and again, in these days with the proliferation of internet and everything else, you can definitely hide who you are from your people. um
Right.
you know um
That's because, so I know you wanted to talk about that, the guy that you text me
oh
about.
man, that's some black folk stuff, but this is but this is why we're here. So I see Kim's in the group. There's a couple other people that names not coming,
Oh
but I
yeah,
see
we
Kim's
we
in the
hey,
group.
y'all killing the comments today, y'all.
I'm gonna
Appreciate
ask
that.
Kim because she black on here. Kim, you heard of this Derek Jackson dude? Um,
Let's see, Derek J. Yeah, because I didn't know about him until you sent it last night.
but
So I mean, do you? Well, let me ask this: has there ever been a black person that went out and did a mass shooting?
DC Sniper. That was the only one, and
Oh,
everybody thought he was white until
right.
they showed his face.
I remember that dude. Yeah. Well, and he made it to he went to jail. I wonder why. Why do you think he didn't get killed?
You,
Uh,
Kim, we're gonna get back to it. Yes. I'll just say this so we can move on to that. Because just like everybody else, up until they actually caught him, they thought they were looking for a white dude.
they did. I remember that.
And I would just leave it at that because I did a whole. This was like that story was kind of pre Facebook and internet, but I did a whole dive into that story and his particular motivation. Like his whole goal was to basically kill his ex wife. He killed all the other people for distraction.
Mm-hmm.
So that was totally a mental illness thing with him, but also manipulation of the guy, the
Yeah,
young boy.
the young boy.
You know, so we can pluck him out. Yes, that was a mass shooting done by an African American person. But once they got into it, it still wasn't as random as some of these other things seemed. But his reasoning was totally again asinine. But like I said, when they were looking for him, and everybody in the world thought they were looking for a white dude.
Hey, one thing I do want to get into before we move on is, what is your take on people of color saying that although they feel bad about what happened to the Asians, that they really can't stand up with them because of how they've been treated? I mean, I have seen in the hood, because in the hood, man, you have a lot of Asian owned stores,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen where people of color have been mistreated. When they go in the store, I read some comments in Blended Lines. A guy was very transparent and put out there how he was treated like crap by Asian people growing up. And so, what's your take on that, man? Like, do you stand with them? Are you one of those people that feel like, well, they didn't stand with us, so you're on your own now?
I it's it's one of those things where, and I can say you try to make these analogies or whatever, where it's like, my house is on fire and you're my neighbor, and you're not helping me put my fire out. That somebody else is starting because they already put a barbecue in your backyard.
Okay.
So you're like, well, no, they ain't burning down my house, so I ain't gonna help you. I ain't gonna help you, burn your house. I ain't gonna help you save your house because they cool to me. They cool with me. I got my barbecue over here. I'm chilling. They taking care of me, so I can't help you help them. But it's like, nah, that ain't a barbecue in your backyard. That's another house on fire too. But you don't see it that way. You see it as a barbecue. But then when it catches your house on fire too, then you're like, oh wait, why aren't you helping me?
Right.
And it's like, well, I was trying to help you keep my house from burning because the fire was going to spread to your house too. Because the same
Right.
arson is out there. But as far as like in this situation, I'm not saying no, don't stand with the Asians. Again, we're all because one, this goes back to that video I was telling you about with the young Asian American lady. Because we're all in the same pot that we got put in. And as long as we pointing at each other, we ain't worried about
Right.
we ain't worried about I don't say it like that, but we ain't worried about the white man as long as they got us fighting with each other.
Right, right. Well, we'll say, because I feel like it's us against the racists, right? So yeah, if we're
There we go.
pointing at
Yeah.
each other, we can't focus on the racist, hate-filled people out there, you know. And I love what Gretch said right here. It's grace, whether we deserve it. It is not the issue.
Right.
Whether they
That's
deserve
kind of
it,
what I
it
was
is
gonna
not the
get to,
issue.
where it's
Right,
like these are dead people, regardless.
right.
I had nothing to do with killing, and that, so there's not a place for me to say, again, I'm not gonna not say stop Asian hate, or let's say stop white terrorism, or however you want to say it, because again, you say stop Asian hate, that sounds like Asian people hate something, stop Asians from hating something. But hashtags are hard. Hashtags are hard.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, my take on it, man, is that, at the end of the day, man, I'm just trying, in that situation, if it were me and I had been affected by Asian people and mistreated, that goes under the whole forgiveness umbrella. And I mean, to me, it's like an eye for an eye type deal. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is an opportunity where, we can show them, if it is the case that they haven't stood with us, we can show them the type of people that we are and show them or be an example of how they should be, by standing with them. We got to get out. I mean, we got to get out of this whole scenario of when our feelings get hurt, we just take it so personal. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just so much easier to love, man, and encourage and inspire. And at the end of the day, these are human lives. These are souls. You know what I'm saying? And it's bigger than you. So, my opinion only, I feel like we should be the example in this scenario. All right. Let's just say that it is that Asians didn't stand with black people. All right. When we were being mistreated and still being mistreated. I think this is an opportunity where we could um, be the example, man, and say, hey, you didn't stand with me, but I'm going to stand with you and show you how it's supposed to be done. All right. Got some more comments coming in here.
Kim, let's get back to Derrick Jackson real quick. So, to my Caucasian and my white family out there, again, this is the conversation with me and Cliff. We two black dudes in a group that's talking about racial unity and whatnot. But again, that stuff that happens in the communities that are just totally unique to each community. So I don't know if there's an industry in the in my Caucasian community where there are I don't want to say middle age because the dude's younger than me. But where men of a certain age, we say mid 30s, when you're in that peak professional era of your life, black men of a certain age get on the Facebook Live and they talking to their phone about relationship issues to black women, and they get really popular doing it. And so this one particular guy named Derrick Jackson recently became famous over the last few days. I had not heard of him before. And again, this is a whole, like I said, it's underground even to me. But it comes across, like I said, I follow legitimate, credible news sources, but then I follow some of the junk too.
Right.
So I started seeing this dude scrolling across my thing, and I'm like, all right, what's up with this guy? Oh, relationship guru dude. Oh, relationship guru dude is trash because he's a cheater. He's been cheating on his wife. He got a whole ass wife that nobody who watched his videos evidently knew about. And he does them from the car. So then people are joking that, evidently every time he was doing these videos, he knew what to tell you to look out for because he was doing it and he was on his way.
Right. And just straight blew up from doing that,
Just
huh?
straight blew up from that. So
we in the wrong business.
Right. So do they have this on the other side of the aisle? I just asked.
Oh, here you go, right here from Kim.
Right, and that's kind of that was kind of the thing because I mean, now this particular dude, I from the way I took it, because I had never heard of him before yesterday or day before yesterday. I did a little dive and found out some stuff, and then, like I said, the confession video with his wife next to him, looking busted. I'm just saying, she was looking busted. Was, to me, it looked like an attempt to say, oh, we already knew this was coming. This was a whole setup because the incidents were over. The cheating happened a long time ago. I done already wrote a book about forgiving your spouse. So now that everybody know that I done this, now I'm finna come on here and sell you this book about cheating on your wife and she's staying with you. And my wife is gonna help me out by encouraging you to stay with your man that's cheating on you or to cheat. Like, that's what the hustle seems to me,
Right. Well, I mean, that's the day and age we live in, man. Everybody is like trying to Find a hustle, any kind of hustle. I mean, for me personally, man, I'm just trying to, add value and add more positivity to the world. That's what's more important to me now. If I make money in doing that, even better.
All right, and like I
But
guess
I don't knock them. No, I get it. For
that's what I was
hustle,
about to say. Like
for
on the one
hustle.
hand, I'm like, you know what, shit. Even when he had the second confession live video, it's 15,000 people watching. Which, on the other hand, begs, like they say, you got to give the people what they want. Do people want to love and be kind and stuff like we're doing? Can we get 15,000 people talking about love and kindness and happiness and
Well,
harmony? You
dude, that
know,
is a
and
great point, man.
and togetherness and and again on a whim, like I said, this dude popped this thing up, and yeah, we talking about Derrick Jackson Kim. This dude, like again, the story came out, and then he can instantly go to his Instagram and just pop up and go live, and 12,000 people pop up.
It's
You
all
know what I'm
good.
saying?
But hey, blended lines gonna get like that one day. It's all
I
good.
know, I know. He's
Now,
gonna hit
going
that
back to what
live.
you
And
said, I think that's the issue, man. Like even when they asked Cardi B, like, why do you make such vulgar music? She was like, because that's what y'all want to hear. Y'all don't want to hear positive things and you know what I'm saying, positivity and stuff. And I totally agree with her, bro. Like these reality shows, it's drama. That's why I can't stand them, right? But that's what people love to see is like drama, cheating, negativity. I'm not gonna say all people, but
it's a draw, and like some of it is not because again, so it's fun to watch. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna say I don't watch it all. Right, you right, Kim. We want to see that ratchet,
that
that
they
bike
want to see the ratchet.
that bike
Yeah, you
you know.
absolutely right.
And that's kind of like I said, that's kind of where it's the thing of like it's all about balance, balance. Um, when you met Mimi Kim.
What is that? Mimi Faust?
I'm sorry, Mimi Faust is
Uh,
one of the hip hop Atlanta stars who was she one of Stevie J baby mamas. I'm sorry, I know so much. I'm gonna stop saying talking now.
well,
But,
is
well,
that
no,
what is
no.
it?
Here's what happened. No, she was a reality show chick, but then she did a flick with a dude real quick. Um,
Oh, I definitely got WAP in my playlist
she
because
did a flick with a dude, and then it kind of backfired, and then she still tried to come back, and you know,
oh wait, yeah, I know her.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
her. Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah, they
again,
they 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 made a set
yeah,
yeah, and it totally backfired too. That's the funny part.
yeah. And speaking now, this is just a quick. Now we talked about Cardi B a little bit. He got WAP in the thing. You know who mad as hell right now? Now this is just dirty reality show gossip here. You know who mad as fuck though right now?
What?
The other Stevie J person, Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, yeah.
Cause she was trying to do what Cardi did. Cardi did one season of Love and Hip Hop, and then she got a deal, and now she a star.
Well,
Jocelyn,
Cardi B can rap though. Jocelyn, man, I mean, I know she sings, but
right? She
but
also
you're
don't
right.
nobody know how old she is. She's like is she over 40? Like one, you was old. I'm sorry, everybody. Like, and this is not an ageism thing or whatever, but but
Ages.
Jocelyn was kind of old and fake. And Cardi B was a little more real with it. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think that's the thing with Cardi is like she's just so real and so gutter. And
and
again, that's what sells the
But
ratchetness.
but here's the other thing too. Like I also, yeah, allegedly. But again, also
Allegedly.
just again, it's like you doing the research, but also after kind of looking in the car to be following her with her career and stuff. Like again, and a lot of these people that one ain't nobody putting you on a record that you selling millions of dollars if you ain't got some type of sense about you.
Right.
And she is however ratchet and ghetto you want to say she is. One word I would not use for her is ignorant because I saw her interview when she interviewed Joe Biden and when she interviewed Dr. Fauci, or when when the conservative internet trolls come and try to clap back at her. The reality show part is fine, Kim. It's the rap career part that might not be. That might not be. Um,
Hey, I'm with Chris on this one. I don't know why they try to play WAP on the radio, bro.
Bro, they all the shit
You
we used
don't
to
hear
listen to
all
on
you
the
hear.
radio when we were growing up. We used to hear.
Yeah, it's
We used to hear all that same stuff they used to try to play on the radio when we was little, when we was younger. Two Live Crew.
oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. Boy,
ooh,
we done came a
look, y'all
long
in the
way since
South.
two live crew.
Yeah, you right. You right, Kim. Now we all over the place. I like this chat here. We just chatting it up over
Man,
here.
dude,
But
yeah,
yeah,
they killing it today,
envy
yo.
is
Hey, we've been talking for almost an hour, bro. We're gonna have to wrap it up here. We
yeah,
got
self
9
is
minutes.
definitely mad. And like again, I live here in New York, so like a lot of these guys, like you do hear them on the radio sometimes. You hear DJ Self and um
Kim, Kim, Kim got me weak.
hey, it might be hop on pop. Yo, this thing won't stop. I don't know.
Well, hey man, so let's go ahead and wrap it on up here at the end. First of all,
Good
man,
night, the party's
great
over.
episode, great responses, great questions, comments. Um, I'm gonna give it to you, man. Go ahead and say your last little lick, and then I'll finish it up.
All right, man. That was a great conversation today. You know, again, we're still like working on this. I think we did a good job today, though. Just kind of trying to stay on topic. And yeah,
Especially
you're
with
right.
me being as tired as I am.
I
I ain't
know,
gonna
man.
lie,
I
I'm
was like,
tired as
damn,
hell.
good
But
night, man.
that's the thing about doing stuff you love, bro. Is like even if you're exhausted, when you do something you love, it energizes you, right?
Definitely, definitely, man.
So
I'm glad.
it woke me up.
Yeah, but I do like this that we just kind of open the conversation up, and we have some, we have some topics that we want to try to stick to, and again, we I'll speak for myself. I'm not here to, heal everybody's race relations and, like give you the answers. I'm just here to kind of give you my perspective of, how I perceive things through life. And like I said, me and Cliff known each other for a long time. I am no type of activist or pro-black, whatever. I just live life. I just happen to work in a field in a position where I get to observe what the quote unquote news is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I also underneath that, I'm a black person that lives in the black world of culture. So that's where my lens is, but I'm definitely
Yo, they straight hot. We about to get off, man. We been we normally do 30 minutes.
right.
I'm
But
sorry. Look, when I start doing this full time, when Vance and I start doing this full time, I promise we'll give you like 2-3 hour podcast.
I mean, we can definitely do it, man. I can start some
Yeah,
songs.
yeah. We got other parties, guys. I'm here with the boys by myself. I'm working. Hey, I got a lot going on. Thank God I got ADHD, man. Where I can multitask
Definitely,
like
man.
a
But look,
superhero.
but I'll say this though, for everybody that tuned in, I hadn't even been able to like find the feed anywhere else. I'm just sitting here talking to Cliff, really, and I'm glad that y'all appreciate that. And again, because we just kind of want to, just like with the spirit of the group, is just kind of have some conversations, put the words out there in the streets, and offer our perspective.
What the hell y'all been drinking this morning?
I know.
Y'all is on
I
fire
woke
this
up and hit
morning, man.
one.
Y'all so drunk.
Wake and bake and hit these comments up,
Some.
man. And I definitely appreciate this. So yeah, so Cliff, yeah, this is definitely our time to do it. We got the
Right.
people that come in. But I'll just say again, I definitely appreciate everybody's feedback. I appreciate the discussion. I appreciate, everybody's opinions, whether, it's something I agree with or not. We can discuss, we can debate, and still be cool. You know what I'm saying? And again, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about none of this stuff. I'm just trying to live my life and, get through the day like everybody else. And hopefully everybody else can love each other. That's why I'm always like just frustrated sometimes. Damn it, Kim. Like I just be frustrated sometimes with, like you say, racism, bigotry, ignorance, and whatnot. And it's like Rodney said a long time ago. Can we all just get along? We all
Please.
up in here,
Yeah,
And it's so much better.
it's enough shit going on in the world, man. And at this point, man, I mean, we just need to love on each other, man, and just build each other up, bro, so that we can all get through life easier. You know what I'm saying? Stop this freaking judging and hating, man. I mean, when you love, everything just feels good. It really does. But I get it. Some people have to learn and grow, and because of the environment that they grew up in, it's just stuck there.
Yeah.
They don't want to be uncomfortable, because in order to change, you have to get uncomfortable. I
There's
get it.
they
It's
say
hard.
there's no growth in the in the comfort zone, and there's no comfort in the growth zone.
Right, exactly. But it's all good, because that's what Blended Lines is going to do. We're going to help y'all. We're going to help y'all
And it can help
get
us too. It can help us
just
too. I had to,
love everybody, get out of that judgment, that fear,
and
and
even
just
some of the little
love.
things. I'm gonna have to retire my my rice at a Chinese wedding joke, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, Chris, I need a hug. If I can go to sleep on your shoulder, as long as it don't make you uncomfortable.
Boundaries. We have boundaries.
Hey, I'm finna go get me some coffee, but hey, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, we're going to be doing this weekly Wisdom Wednesday with Coach Cliff and V Lang. Um,
And
thank
I'm open for
y'all for the
suggestions. I don't
comments
know
and
about
stuff.
Cliff. Like we talk about like what we'll probably even after we get off this call and maybe later today we'll try to start talking about what we want to talk about next week. But y'all can give us suggestions too if you got questions. You know what I'm saying? Ask a brother, ask a black man. I'll if you want to do
Well,
that.
hey, I'm glad you brought that up, man. I haven't talked to you
It's,
about it yet, but this is, I mean, what better time than to do it here on a live with people watching?
we are family.
I want to do an episode where you can ask a black guy anything. Us being the black guys, and just give white people an opportunity to ask us anything without being judged, or being labeled or anything like that.
And
Let's
like
do that next week. You want to do
we
that
can do
next
that.
week?
And like it's funny because like I used to when I worked at the station in Mobile, me and this anchor around the same. We were around the same age. He's a little bit maybe a year or two ahead of me, like high school wise. But he listened to all the rap and all that. But he's super plain white dude though. Um,
Mhm.
so we would like play this little game called why do, and his thing, man, Vance, why do brothers do XYZ? And I'd be like, man, why do white people do XYZ? And we just kind of go back and forth about whatever the little thing was. He'd be like, man, why the brothers back in the day put them crowns in the car? Remember the crown? Or I'd be like,
All
man,
right. Oh boy, look
why?
at you, man.
Or I'd be
Hey.
like, man, why did white dudes love them Birkenstock so much? Something like that.
You're just a light-skinned brother with that salt and pepper, literally, because both Kims are salt and pepper. That's how I distinguish the two. So,
Salt
yeah,
and
you're
peppers
right.
here.
All right, guys. Look, we out.
We
I
had an
love
hour,
you
yeah, for sure.
guys.
Seriously,
Y'all
yeah.
have a great
Like you say,
day.
and it's just comedy. It's not really just comedy, but I'm not really trying to offend anybody with anything I say. Again, it's just my truth.
We
Um,
just being real, bro.
yeah, but it's all love. Love everybody. We can have discussions and whatnot, and still at the end of the day say you my brothers. You my brothers. So
Right.
I
That's right.
appreciate everybody. Thank you all for your feedback and your encouragement. Really. I say this with all its sincerity. Thank you for your encouragement, because this has been a long time coming for both of us, and for me in particular, I know. So I really appreciate all the good feedback, and hopefully that will make us better.
All
So
right. All right.
so
Well, I don't have anything else to say after that, man. That was
it's been an
well.
hour, man. Let's get out of
Well
here, man.
done. It's
I'm a
been an
programmer
hour,
too.
bro. All right, man. Love you guys. Y'all have a great day. All right.
All right, everybody. Good night. Good evening. Good morning.